Hello, people. How are you people doing? I hope you people are doing fine, because if you weren't doing fine, that would be sad. Flibble, flobble, dooble, double. Did you know that rivers flow? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. That was a funny joke that I just made. Let's squeeze a spot onto your face. Off of my face. Onto your face. Yeah. I have a little song. Would you like me to perform it for you? Yes, you would. Put the microphone on the guitar, you might get a better noise. Maybe on the back. Maybe just right next to the. That was my song. I hope you enjoyed it. Tired. So let's get this over with, shall we? So, fill you in on what I've been doing over the previous week. I can do that. So what I've been doing over the previous week is I have been what have I been doing? Well, I'll just tell you the first thing that comes to mind, which is on Thursday, where we go off to a certain place. We go to college, and we go from college. We go on the bus and we go to a certain place, right? And basically, before I got there, because in the class, because obviously there are 3 classes that I go to, or 3 classrooms that I go to in college. On Monday and Wednesday we go to one. On Thursday we go to on Tuesday we go to a different one, and which is next door to the one we go on Monday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday we go to a one on a completely different floor. It's the floor above it, right? And basically we're in that classroom, and in that classroom there's like this. For some reason, there's a shopping trolley full of musical instruments, and I was messing about with some of them, just experimenting, And one of the teachers sort of got annoyed at me and sort of told me to stop doing it. And when I told them how much I care about them wanting me to stop, they said that I was rude, which wasn't very nice. That hurt my feelings when they said that, when they said I was rude. That hurt my feelings, but to be quite honest, I'm getting completely fed up with them, and I swear to God, I better get into media, because if I don't, I'm just going to stop going. I've already told you guys this, but honestly, it's so crap, So, media better be good, because if I, the most annoying thing that could possibly happen to me at this point is I make it onto media, and then that's crap as well. That could be the worst thing. So I really hope that's not going to happen. There's still a pretty big chance it could, but I just really hope it doesn't. But if it do, well, I mean, if I don't get onto media, what I'm supposed to do by law is I do another year of foundation, but I'm not doing another year of foundation. So if I don't get onto media, I'm just going to stop going to college, even if it's against the law, because I'm such a rebel. Hence the hair. Anyway, so yeah, that's my message to college. If you don't get me onto media, you will have lost the greatest person to have ever gone to your crappy college. That's my message. So that's that. I can't do the rest of this without my glasses on, because I look pretty mental. I look pretty crazy with that. So that was that, yeah. Basically, I was playing around with some bells, because they have some bells in there, right? They have some bells. They have bells in it. They have bells. What have these weekly updates resorted to? Like, what have these turned into? They started out as a very formal me going through my way, but they've turned into just me being a little bit mad. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. And as long as you guys don't have a problem with that, that's fine. To be fair, even if you did have a problem with that, I still wouldn't stop doing it. I'm still gonna do what I want. But nevertheless, it'd be nice if you didn't mind, but no one's been watching anymore, so I'm gonna guess that people probably don't like it, but I don't care. I don't care. Physics. Anyway, so that was that. But yeah, I was playing around with some bells, because there were some bells, and they're one of those, sort of Indian things where it's like a wooden block with ridges, and then you run a stick up alongside it. And what it is, I got one of those and attached a bell to the top of it, and was ringing it up and down that over and over again. And teachers got annoyed, and one of them left the room, and another one told me to stop. Because they were having a conversation, and when I said like, oh, that really interests me, and they said that was rude and stuff, which I don't care about. So yeah, that's that done, innit? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. done more music. A little bit. Oh, I invented a new instrument. I've got to show you guys this. I've got to. Right, I've got to. So, my new instrument is made up of 2 pieces. The first piece is this gear, or it's a piece of it. Is a gear, right? And the second piece is this this telescopic bit of metal, which is used to be a back scratcher. But basically, what I do is you put the metal pole through the gear, and you turn it around like that, and you move it up and down. And obviously, the further it gets towards the end, the higher the noise is. Which means if you do it sort of slowly up and down, like that, you get a really cool noise. And I'll just play some of this noise for you, and I'm going to use it. I've already used it in one of the songs. The song isn't finished yet, but this is in it, and you'll probably hear it in some of the others as well. I call it the Gearatron because the reason I call it the Gearatron is because it has a gear on it. So I call it the Gearatron, and I will now operate the Gearatron and show you how it works. So that's how the Gearatron works. I hope you guys like my new invention. Because I kind of have to invent new musical instruments because I don't have any here. You know, I have a guitar, I have a keyboard, I have this big electric organ which isn't plugged in and was crap anyway. And so we're gonna get rid of that at some point. Probably go tear it to bits and use some of the stuff inside on the TARDIS. But and also I got some drums. I've only got one proper drum, and the others I've made up out of sort of a chicken nugget bucket and a tin can. That's what the other drum. So that's that. I have a rubber band which I can use. I haven't used a rubber band in one yet, but the rubber band can make pretty cool noises. I'll show you the rubber band now. I will now operate the rubber band. I apologise, the microphone just fell over. It won't happen again. Or will it? So that's how that works. And the Gearatron packs away very nicely because it is, of course, telescopic. And I simply put the gear over it and put it on my shelf for use in later songs. I will now place the glasses back there, and because I look better without them, in the sense that I look somewhat mental. Hello, and welcome to several different pieces of poop in the toilet. This is my new television show, and that is the title of it. Several different pieces of poo in a toilet bowl. It's a very good title, isn't it? It's a very good hat, isn't it? I killed this one to get the head. Long distance. I just opened my window here in England, threw a spear up into the air, and it sort of hit the polar bear just at the right angle to take the head off, and just at the right angle so that it didn't actually fall onto the ground. It just carried on across the earth and orbited around the earth until I jumped up in the sky and caught it just as it went back over my house again. And that's how I got this. Fun fact. What's next? I can't really think of what else I did over the previous week. I wouldn't know. No, this is probably the most major thing I did, was invent the Gearatron. I'm very proud of the Gearatron. I think it's a very good instrument. I think it's going to be very influential in the music world if we ever get any good artists again. Because I'm probably the last great artist. You know, I mean, of course, there's, you know, like Pink Floyd and stuff. But Pink Floyd are gone now, and I'm obviously the only real artist left. You know, but in the very slim chance that a good artist comes along in the future, they'll definitely be using my invention, the Gearatron, because it is a work of genius. I'm just that brilliant. A lot of people don't realise it, but I'm actually the best person. I'm actually God. Like, I'm actually God, you know. Can you tell I'm bored? I'm not bored, I love doing YouTube. Definitely not gonna quit in 2 weeks. Don't know why I picked that date out. No, I'm not gonna quit ever, because it's fun. Even if I get too lazy to do these weekly updates properly, I'll probably just do this. I'll just join and just start rambling and being a little bit odd, because I can. My nose is glowing. E.T. phone nose. Beep, beep, beep. Laser. Laser. Okay, so what will I be? That's everything that I can think of that I've been doing over the previous week. Apart from one thing, which I've just, because the interesting thing is my DVD play. Yesterday I wanted to watch an episode of Doctor Who, right? 1986 one with Colin Baker. First episode of his last season, which is called The Mysterious Planet. And I wanted to watch that, right? But my DVD player, for some reason, it wasn't spinning the disc. Like, it had put the disc in and everything, but then it wouldn't spin the disc. You can tell from the sound it didn't spin the disc. So we had to remove that from there. But because there's no way we're going to be able to fix that because it's too complicated of a mechanism, right? So instead I just sort of tore it to bits, and I got a pretty cool piece out of it, which I think I'm going to put on Tidy's console, which I'm going to show you now. So what you do is you put the disc in that tray, and then just sort of, that's pretty cool. And then you sort of there's sort of a there's sort of the little laser there, which when you press down on that, it makes the tray pop out. And when you press down on the tray, the laser. So I'll just operate it a few times, and you can have a little look. Which is pretty cool, so I think I'm going to put that on the console. Another thing, on Thursday when we go to this certain area of the world, as with last time where, well, not last time, but one of the last times where I got a feather and a bit of wire, and I got those bobbin things which I'm going to turn into the chess set, which I told you about. Last time, which was 2 days ago, I got this. It's a foam camping mat. I'm not going to use it for that. I'm just going to cut it up. It's because it's a roll of it. I'm going to cut it up and use it as just materials for when I'm making stuff. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for now, but I'm just going to cut bits out of it and use it for stuff, because material is always useful, even if it is bottom fluid. Next, we have what I'll be doing over the following week. What will I be doing over the following week? I don't really know, but I do one thing. I don't know. I might be working on a new short film. All I have to do is, because I've drawn all the pieces, because it's going to be a 2D animated one. I'm actually going to animate it on the computer rather than animating it stop motion in real life, because I want to test computers out, but I don't want to generate the image. It's not computer generated animation. I'm just going to scan the pictures that I've actually physically drawn with pencil onto paper. I'm going to scan them onto the computer and then cut them out and animate them digitally, and then do the voices and stuff. So all I really have to do is scan it. I've got them all drawn and everything. I've got all the elements that I need, all the visual elements, but I just sort of need to scan that, right, and scan it, and and scan it, and sort of scan it a little bit, and basically I'll scan that onto the computer, and that'll be all grand piano, and that'll be pretty cool, Anyway, and that'll be all sort of cool and stuff like that, So that's what's going to be happening then. My hat fell off. It fell off. There it is. in Marty Feldman. Anyway, so that's all I can think. I don't know if I actually will do it over the following week because I'm lazy as F. But I could do it. I mean, I could do it like today if I wanted to do. But all I know is if I'm not doing it over the following week, then I'll do it the week after, or the week after, or the week after. I'll do it eventually, or maybe I won't. I don't know. I could do it right now, like I could have it done by the end of today, but I'm lazy, so it probably won't. But it'll be done eventually. Maybe. More likely than not, it'll be done within the following week, but I don't know. So that's that. Burped and it smelled and tasted like burp. Comment on current political events. Okay, just let me take off my American hat. That's cowboy hat, not American hat. That's stupid. And I'll just place on my professional glasses. Hello. Maybe later. More than half of UK's 30 to 39-year-olds get jab. Okay, so that means in the following week, more than half of UK's 30 to 39-year-olds are going to die. Afterlife producer suspended after allegations. Let's see what goes on here. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Let's see what Ricky has to say. That does not sound like a sentence Ricky Gervais would say. Blah blah blah, whatever. Hello Ricky, who is a genius and we are all very big fans of. If you're not, well, let's see what none of this I give a shy is that about. Sasha Jones Hunt, man, 18, appears in court of activist shooting. Oh yeah, because basically this woman, this racist woman, who is a black supremacist racist lady, who naturally no one points out the fact that she's racist, because she's black and people are scared of being called racist even when it's a fact. Basically, someone tried to kill her, which although obviously isn't good, and I still don't know whether he actually succeeded. I haven't actually, because on Twitter it was like she was in critical condition, and then she's not trending anymore, so I don't know, is she... Oh, remains in critical condition. Okay, so she's not dead yet, and obviously we don't want her to die, because that wouldn't be nice, but let's be honest here, if it was a white racist person, people wouldn't give a crap. So there's a little thing for you, but no, she's not. She's not she's not an equal rights activist. That is simply incorrect information right there. She's racist. Is she allowed to be racist? Yes. Did she deserve to be shot? No. But is she an equal rights activist? No. Do I have a face on screen? Jesus Christ. At a silent disco. What? Right then. Mrs. Johnson is a prominent member of the racist, stupid, poo-poo party movement. Blah blah blah. And was well known for her activism. It's not activism, it's preaching racism. You're allowed to do it, sure. That's freedom of speech, but activism it's not activism. On Monday, a vigil was held for her. Why? That's the thing I don't get, right? If there was a white racist, if there was a white supremacist, right, who's shot in the head, you certainly wouldn't be holding a vigil for her, or him, or whatever gender it is. I don't care. So this is obvious double standards here from society. What a surprise! Not. And I couldn't care less about the shooting or his arrest. I do not care. Remains of 215 children found at Canadian school. That's not very nice. Been found in Canada, former residents set to assimilate indigenous. Stop scrolling, you gay person. Set up to assimilate indigenous people. That's not nice. Children for students closed in 1978. So this was recent history. All these people were killed. What's a surprise? Because people think that now the world is civilized when it's not. The world has been uncivilized forever and always will be. Prime Minister Him said it was a painful reminder of a shameful chapter of our country's history. Boo-hoo. Why is he apologizing for it? That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. To establish the causes and timings of the death. Well, the causes are obviously them being tortured to try and make them conform to Canadian ideals. Bloody Canadians, racist. What's that? Flare. Unthinkable loss. Well, duh. Aim of forcibly assimilating indigenous youth. Obviously, that's the entire point of them, you idiot. Someone's making noises and I don't like it. Who the hell is crying? You guys haven't been listening to that the entire time, have you? I didn't hear it. I only heard it. Oh no, I've got it muted. Okay, so you guys couldn't hear that good. Apparently there's just been a guy crying for several minutes, which I didn't hear. Anyway, so where was I? I was trying to read this and they ruined it by making me scroll. Anyway, so what do we know about the remains? Some were as young as 3 years old. That's what happens when people are evil. Flibber flob. Shibber shob. Flibble flibble. Of course he tweets it. What a ridiculous... How do you undermine the death of nearly 300 children on Twitter? Freaking Twitter, for God's sake. It's Twitter. My God. Said residential schools were part of a shameful colonial policy. All colonial policies are shameful. You idiotic retard. Blah fleur. Shh. Right, what is anything actually going to happen on the... Is there anything here? Is there anything newsworthy? What is this? What is this? Okay. Terror attack. That looks like a Muslim name. Only having a little bit of a guess. But that looks a little bit Islamic, that does. I'm not gonna say anything. But it just looks a little bit Argentine TV. William Shakespeare died in 1616. Good year to die. Woman is time. What? Content Argentine newsreader who mixed up the author William Shakespeare with the first man to receive the jab. Announced that one of the most important writers of the English language had died. What? So they didn't realise that... I don't get... So they're saying that they thought William Shakespeare was still alive and that he just died. Right. My Black Lives Matter protest changed my life. Rubbish. Rubbish. By see, it says Katie Greer, whatever, became target of online racist abuse after a Black Lives Matter protest she organised. But she didn't she? They say racist abuse. Like, what? I bet what they consider what I'm doing now is racist abuse. They'd say it was anyway. If they knew I was doing this, obviously I'm not popular enough for anyone of them to even find out that I'm saying this. And I don't care if they did know. In fact, if you know any of them, please send this to them. So that's a lie. By racist abuse, they mean people like me pointing out how stupid all these protests are. That's what they mean by racist abuse, but it's not racist abuse. Anyway. It changed my life entirely. Well, hopefully one day it's ended. That was the joke. Grow up. Blah blah blah. I like how everyone's still going on about George Floyd. As if he's the only person to have ever been killed by a police officer. It's just funny to me, you know, because it's like literally the thousands of people who've been killed by police officers, and they're all going on about George Floyd, as if he was Jesus or something, which he wasn't. He was robbing a shop. Hardly the kind of thing Jesus would do. Outraged and upset. Shush. I wanted to highlight this. See, they're still going on about racism. It's not only black people that are killed by police. The police kill everyone. The police aren't racist. The police are just murderers. They don't care who they murder. They just want to murder people. This stuff so annoys me so much. This tragedy for black communities. Remove that. Just remove that word. Remove that. Remove this. Like, look, you can rephrase it. Instead of, I wanted to highlight this tragedy for black communities in the area that I live in, where discussions about race and racial justice just don't happen. Rephrase it. This is literally all you have to do, and I'd agree with you. Rephrase it to, I wanted to highlight this tragedy for communities in the area I live in, where discussions about justice just don't happen. Fixed. Just like that. That's all you had to do. Was just do that. And I'd agreed with you. I wouldn't have agreed with all the other crap, but I would have agreed with this sentence if you just rephrased it. These people are just idiots, honestly. It's ridiculous. Received threats. Good. They're not going to be acted on. People just... The news seem to be unaware that people can make threats with no intention to actually act on them. Like, how do they not understand that? The town council tried to block the demonstration from happening. Good, because it's stupid. Oh, they said they were worried about coronavirus. Good cover, guys. But we all know that's not why you were doing it. You're doing it because you understand how stupid it is. Getting threats and abuse about it online. Someone calling you an idiot is not abuse. Someone punching you and knocking out your teeth and breaking your nose is abuse. Someone calling you stupid is not abuse. You idiotic. Suspected racism might be a part of the... Racism is not part of the reason, you stupid idiot. The reason is you're a stupid idiot. Well, obviously I'm black, right? And people don't like what I'm doing, so they must be racist. I haven't done anything wrong, so they're obviously racist. Because those are the only two options, aren't there? They obviously don't just disagree with what I'm doing. They're obviously racist. That's the only reason anyone would say anything against what I'm doing. I'm getting sick of this, honestly. I just want to fucking school shooting or something. Hope nobody from college watches this, because then they'll know not to come in tomorrow. I'm not in college tomorrow. I'm not in college. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I've got the entire next week off, which is nice, isn't it? Anyway, what is this? Her appearance, she said fractured. Shut up. It was controversial in this area. It was stupid in any area, not in that area. Well, I feel that we've made progress in the sense that the conversations are still happening, whether they are positive or negative, to making a real tangible change. It starts with a conversation. If the only conversations you're having are about race, then there are going to be no changes, because the problem isn't the race. The problem is the police are still allowing evil people to be hired by them. If they simply did more checks on people and have the police have more training, it wouldn't happen as much. It's that simple. It still happen because evil people slip through the cracks, but the cracks would be a lot smaller. At the moment, the cracks are wide open. The cracks are practically aeroplane hangar sized cracks right now. Anyone can get into the police. Let's slim those cracks down a little bit. Very strange sentence, but I said it anyway. How are you? Oh, shut up. A local equality commission. You are equal. You're just really stupid. You're still treated equally. You're just really, really stupid. This teacher's teaching kids in school about racial justice. Now they're brainwashing the kids. What am I saying now? They've always been doing it. I mean, last story I was talking about was about people brainwashing kids. You notice how in that one, where it was talking about white people brainwashing minority children, it said it as it was. It's brainwashing. It's evil. But in this, it doesn't call it brainwashing kids, which is what it is. It's exactly the same thing that was going on before. This just says it's teaching kids. No, it's not. And this here, help black and ethnic minority families. So if a white person walked up to them starving to death, they'd be like, no, we don't want you. That's racist. This is racism. But you people refuse to call it racism. What else? There's a long way to go. No, not everyone has been in support of your work. That is because your work is stupid. My God, am I the only intelligent person left on the planet? Katie doesn't want her daughter to experience racism like she has had to. She hasn't experienced racism. She hasn't experienced racism. If she had experienced racism, she would be alive. That's real racism. If you want to fight racism, go to, like, the Middle East and places like that. South Africa, where there's actual racism, where people are killed. That's real racism. Go there and fight that. You having some people calling you stupid is not racist. Why am I the only person left on the planet who understands this? Oh God, I'm sweating from annoyance. She partly puts the racist comments and nicknames she endured down to there being little diversity. There being little diversity when she grew up. Okay, give us some examples then. They say the racist comments and nicknames she endured, racist abuse. Examples, because they can't give examples because it's not that she hasn't experienced any racism. If they had, they'd put examples. And even if they do, they're probably fake anyway. They're probably not true. They're probably greatly exaggerated. But there's no footage. There's an opportunity to provide people with an understanding of black lived experience. Shut up. A lot of changed opinions, but she's not going to be able to change everyone's minds. That's because she's an idiot. If she was someone with more than 2 brain cells, then she might be able to change people's minds, but she can't because she is stupid. Benfias always try not to find the stereotype of being the angry black girl who calls out racism 24/7. Well, that's what you've become, so well done. Trying to tackle racist injustice simply because I'm already outnumbered. There is... She's really proud of getting 16% of the votes. Oh, 16%. 16. That's not a lot. See, she is an idiot. She's celebrating 16%. It's 16. 90 is a lot of percentage. 16%. I bet there were only 2 people. She got 16%. Racist abuse, which she hasn't experienced, but let's see what they claim to have experienced. Campaigning has given Kirsty a platform to speak about her experiences growing up mixed race in a predominantly white area, but it's also made her a fresh target for racist abuse on social media. I imagine this racist abuse they're talking about is just people calling her an idiot, which isn't racist, but is in fact true. But let's read on. It's brought out the sort of nationalist uprising where it's become acceptable to say these things without much repercussion. That's because you should be allowed to say whatever you want. That is freedom of speech. Next. It would have been quite easy for me to experience the racism I have over the last year and think, I'm going to move away, that's not my problem, she says. Despite this case, says she'd love growing up in rural West England and wants her young daughter to grow up in the area too. If she wants her to grow up, she should stop being such an idiot. She ain't going to grow up. I wonder if I can fly off of this cliff with my daughter. Because I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it. As long as I believe, she just jumps off and her daughter explode, splattering in the ground. That'd be so sad if that happened. And it's all on sports crap. Let's go on the old YouTube. Let's go on YouTube. Let me just get some news. Bye bye. Say news. I didn't click on that. Right, right, here we are. Presidents Biden and Z friends or foes? I don't care. Finding love on YouTube? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Belarus leader. I don't care. 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 Who's telling the truth? No one. Me. I'm telling the truth. But I'm never going to be a politician because I'm a good person. And good people don't become politicians. We become homeless, usually. Or assassinated. That's where I'm going. Don't matter. Whatever. Biden was reviewed. Blah, blah. Twitter worry over freedom of expression in India. Twitter is the last place they're worrying about freedom of expression. Twitter is the most... Twitter is the most cancelling place on the planet. Super Blood Moon treats stargazers around the world. Shush. Right then. Flower tattoos heal self-harm scars. Boo-hoo. Oh yeah, this Belarus thing. What was this about? Because there was this journalist guy. Whatever. I don't know. I haven't looked much into that, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Why China is crushing Hong Kong dissent? Because China is a load of authoritarian and nut jobs. That's why. Oh Why are people going on about George Floyd? Do you know how many people have been killed since then? A lot. 7 children killed in Gaza airstrike. Well, obviously that's bad. No one's denying that. Going on about George Floyd again. I don't care. Blah 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 blah. What was this actually about? Yeah, that exactly. I don't actually know about the guy, so I'm not gonna get. But seeing as he has been arrested by the military, I'm gonna assume he was telling the truth. Because they wouldn't arrest someone who was lying. That's not what they do. Because the people who are lying are on their side because they've been told to lie by them, or have just been tricked into lying, which is the case with most people. Thank code. The US police force with the worst record for civilian deaths. What a surprise. And this is all still crap. Right, well, that is all for this time, guys. This is I'm pretty sure this is the longest one. This is 58 minutes we've been going for. 57, whatever. One of those two. So I think this is the longest. Oh, let's just go and make it an hour. Let's just hang around for a bit. Oh, because I haven't finished. I'm such an idiot. That was all political events. Now I need to talk about the films I've been watching. Oh, so this is gonna make it over an hour easy. This is easily gonna make it over an hour. So, these are the films. So, first one, I can bring this down here now. First one, Guest House Paradiso, 1999. So this is the bottom movie, basically, which was very funny. It's not as funny as The Shern. It's probably the least funny thing I've seen Rick Mail in so far. Or at least the least funny thing. Well, yeah, probably the least funny thing I've seen him in. But it's still really funny. That's just, he's funny in everything. Well, he's not funny in everything he does. He was in American Werewolf in London, which is funny, but he's not funny in it. He's just an extra in that. But anyway, that was good. So yeah, I did the second bottom live, 1995. That was good. I did 4 bottom lives. So I did 3 bottom lives, and I did 4 bottom related things. Guess House Paradiso, bottom live number 2 from 1995, bottom live 3, Hooligans Island 1997, and bottom live 4 2001, and Arse Oddity from 2001. Those were all really good. You guys should go and watch them. The bottom lives are just on YouTube, as you can see. So yeah. So the other things I watched a film called It's Such a Beautiful Day from 2012, which is really good actually. That's like this kind of surreal animated comedy existential thingy, which I enjoyed quite a lot. The animation style is really simple. It's like literally stick figures, but it's done really well. I really like it. And it was shot on film as well, which is rare for animation these days. Rare for anything these days, but especially for animation. Almost all done digitally now. So it's nice to see something shot on film. And then I watched 1983 Scottish comedy called Local Hero, which was a really good film. I really liked this film. Which was actually Peter Capaldi's second ever film appearance. And it's just because basically I just wanted to watch a comedy. I couldn't think of a film to watch, so I just typed in like best comedies of all time, and that was on the list. And I was like, well, I haven't seen this, so I looked it up. So I had Peter Capaldi in it, and it's like, he's good. He's the third best Doctor in the last, or at least in the 21st century Doctor, because Christopher Eccleston was the best, then David Tennant, then Pete Capaldi, then Matt Smith, and then Bish, who is not the Doctor. I refuse to. And before everyone says it's because she's a woman, no, it's not. It's because she's a crap actor, and because she's a woman. But anyway, so yeah, that was a really good film, and you guys should watch it because it's funny, and not just funny. It's just nice. It's just a nice film. It's funny and nice, so that's that. What else? Answering questions that you might have for me, which is quite clearly none. So I guess, yeah, we've been going for an hour now, guys. So this is now the longest weekly update we've ever done, which is cool. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next thing that I do. Goodbye.